This might get weird.
Are we rolling?
We're rolling.
Well, then cheers, Grace Helbig.
Cheers, Mamrie Hart.
Y'all, it is the first This Might Get Weird of 2024.
Look at us back in the old back house for a brand new year.
You don't even understand the 30 minutes before you got here. This is organized right now.
I get it. 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 What was I just reading this morning? I was reading some list of like what's in, what's out.
Oh, babe,
Which
I
we
feel
gotta
like
talk to.
this is going to be, hold on. Okay.
Yeah.
I know this podcast is going to be us discussing resolutions, what's in, our vibe. But first we have to tell the people who don't follow you on Instagram.
Oh God, you guys.
A small life detail.
Well, the crazy thing is it's been what, 2 or 3 weeks since we've recorded.
Yeah.
And in those last 2 or 3 weeks, I was just telling you before we started, I have to remind myself what's happened and what's real and what's not real. And what's real is that I currently have no evidence of cancer in my body. Yeah, complete response, baby.
I'm like, everyone turn down your volume while we scream.
Yeah.
You don't have cancer.
Yeah, pretty amazing. I mean, the fact that it's also happening this time of year where everything feels, not
Strange
very real.
And surreal. Yeah, the last week I've truly, it's like I've just crawl out and peek my eye out the window at like a whale.
That's why I had to text
go
you
back in.
when we always take Christmas off, and I had to text you to be like, we are taking off this week,
Yeah.
right? What's going on? But yeah, it was surreal. One, I've had my surgery since the last we recorded.
Oh,
which,
right. Okay, that's
I know
when
that's how long
we
it's
doubled
been.
up.
Yeah. And so that went well and was intense. And then we had this hilarious week of waiting and recovering from surgery.
I love what you call hilarious.
Yeah, because you're just trying to find stuff to pass the time.
Right.
Like, look, I did smoke some weed earlier than I normally do.
What would be early? What would be early?
Usually I wait till at least the sun goes down.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, I really enjoy doing that. But this was like, it's 1 o'clock, okay?
Smoke that weed.
Yeah.
You just got surgery. You just beat cancer.
I'm anxious about just having to wait until we find out, because you can't think about anything else. Because the alternative was that if it did not come back as a complete response, I would have 14 rounds of chemo to do.
Which, when you told me that, like, I couldn't even...
Yeah.
I didn't even let myself
think about that.
Your brain is so strong because just as your friend, I was like, no, that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
No, that's not a possibility.
Well, that's my...
No.
The last meeting we had with my oncologist before my 6th round of chemo, that's what he had kind of said, just very casually, and moved past it. Because in his mind, this treatment for triple positive breast cancer works. Like, it is aggressive because it works, and they're going for complete response. So throughout the whole process, he was not even mentioning like alternatives or what could happen, like if this doesn't work.
And then he slipped in a massive bomb.
He did say, like, the reality is if it doesn't come back, you would have 14 rounds of chemo. So that's not what we want. And I was like, yee, wow, okay.
Which would be like 2.5 times as much as you've already had.
Yeah. And it just wears you down mentally that like by the 6th round, I was like, thank God I don't have to do any more right now, because it's just emotionally getting hard. Like physically I can get through it, but emotionally I'm just like, you know? So thankfully it all worked, and the aggressive treatment was worth it. So now I go into radiation and hormone therapy, which from what I understand is far easier than what I've been through.
Yeah.
But will have its own little quirks throughout the process.
I know you're not a doctor, but I was,
Thank
I
you.
mean, almost one. But no, I was explaining, I think, I don't think to Chip. It was either like my mom or someone about like next steps. And so when they say hormone therapy, is it like chemo depleted hormones, or is it like you need to amp up certain hormones to just like, tag in and finish the rest of the job?
Because I actually looked this up this morning.
Okay, sorry.
I was like, why do they do? Because it's also interesting, like someone like Hank Green obviously knows
Sorry,
the
I didn't
science.
mean to put you on the spot.
No. I looked this up this morning because I too was like, I just take things as face value. Even Elliot told me when I did my lumpectomy, I was still like recovering and like not awake from anesthesia. And my surgical doctor came out and talked to him and told him how the surgery went. And she was like, she's the most laid back patient I've ever had.
That's
and,
no surprise here.
But it's truly because I'm living in blissful ignorance that I'm like, Elliot is clocking all of the really important science jargon that I need to know. I am like, is it good or bad?
Right.
That's it. And then I will figure it out according.
You have to go a little Lebowski.
Yeah. But this, and it's also my own like coping mechanism, survival mechanism of being like, I can't process that. Do I need to process that? So I won't.
Yeah.
But the radiation and the hormone therapy are basically to help reduce the risk of recurrence.
Okay.
And because triple positive is like a triple positive hormone, it's HER2 triple positive, which is like a hormone situation. So they have the hormone therapy to like counteract and reduce the risk of the recurrence happening in the future.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, for hormone sensitive breast cancers, that's what they, or early stage hormone sensitive breast cancers, hormone therapy follows the lumpectomy so that we reduce risk. We're basically now, it's like we're spell checking our final document. You know, it's like we wrote the book, now we're going back and just editing a little bit.
Look at this analogy.
Metaphors all over the place.
I mean, all over the place. Well, so that's like pretty much the biggest news of all time.
And still very surreal because I also have this like brain fog. So I'm like, what is real life right now? So real life that's good. There's still stuff to do. I haven't fully, I think everyone that's in this process can resonate with this, that like you are so afraid of the other shoe dropping that you're like, good news? Okay, cool. So you don't fully like accept it. Like I will take it on, I think, as we go further in this process. But for now, I'm just like, yes, that's good.
Yeah, no, savor the moment, you know? And also it's just like, you did the hard thing.
Crazy.
You did the hard thing.
You know, and then we're all making these little recap reels of like our year. And when I looked through, I was like, I was like emotional picking out these like little clips, but also being like, what the fuck happened? Like, what was that?
Oh my gosh. My recap was just like, watch Mamrie's weight completely fluctuate. Fit by 40? Yeah. Write a cookbook. No, I don't think it's going to happen.
No, you're still working on your cookbook. You're in the thick of it right now.
I'm in it. We have the second half of photography in, I guess, 3 weeks from today.
Wow.
And there's just so much because I've talked about it on here before. I'm just like really trying to make it look cool and not just be like, hey, here's a countertop with a well-lit casserole.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, no, I want it to be interesting and unique and all that jazz.
Yeah.
But so we have that. So there's just so much to plan. But I'm not kidding, Grace. I woke up like at 4 a.m. last night and just went like, switch it to broccoli. Like, you know, like
this is like you say that all you think about is food.
Yes.
And now it's to another level.
Now it's to a psychotic degree. Like, I don't know if I've ever thought about black-eyed peas more in my entire life.
Are you nervous? Okay, I don't want to add on any anxiety because this is also ultimately a passion project, dream project.
Oh, I'm losing money.
Well,
by the time
I'm not saying
I pay
financially
everyone and taxes, I've lost money on this.
So it's truly a passion project.
Yeah.
But that said, like the idea of people making these recipes, of course you have to be thinking constantly about every nook and cranny of how it works.
You got to think of the nook and crannies. And also it's the toughest part has been the way I cook is improvisational.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also like with baking, it like works or it doesn't.
Right.
But with food like this, people have preferences.
Yeah.
So it's less like you can eat a chocolate chip cookie and be like, oh, I wish it had, you know, it was a little crispy or whatever. But like you can eat something and be like, too much garlic, too little garlic, too much salt, not enough pepper. You know, like it's such personal taste that, I'm just like, please no. I'm going to say so much like, please don't buy this book if you're like incredibly analytical and like, or like very by the book because I'm like,
supposed to be fun.
I was like, and salt and pepper to taste. Yeah. You need more acid? Do it. It's a little too acidic. Add some more maple. So I feel like the whole book, I'm writing it with guardrails of being like, there's free will, man. Like,
this isn't that serious.
Do whatever makes you feel good and enjoy the photos and the they're road maps. You know what I mean? Like, I'll show you the destination. Here's some different routes.
Yeah.
But like, choose
and
what
it's
makes
like
you feel
thought
good.
starters too. That it's like, think about things this way. Have you ever thought about it this way?
Right. This presentation is fun. So anyway, I'm in that crazy ass mode.
Yeah.
of just thinking about it and waking up in the middle of the night and being like, switch it to sherry shallot vinaigrette, like truly not thinking about anything else. But there's a lot to do. But hey, it's a new year.
It's a new year.
Let's fucking talk about it, man.
Okay. Okay, who else is trying to eat healthier at the top of the year? I know for a fact I am, and that's why Hungry Root is so helpful. They make meal planning easy and nutritious. Hungry Root is the easiest way to get fresh, high-quality food delivered to your door. They've got healthy groceries and simple recipes all in one place. You get to take a fun, short quiz, and Hungry Root will get to know you, your goals, how you like to eat. They'll ask what flavors you like, what kitchen appliances do you even use, and more. And then they'll keep your needs and preferences at the top of mind and start building you a cart with delicious recipes and all of your grocery needs for the week. They'll recommend recipes and groceries based on your tastes. You can take their suggestions, or you can choose anything you want. They've got fresh produce, high-quality meat and seafood, pantry staples, healthy snacks and sweets, and so much more. Yesterday, I made a grilled chicken sweet kale salad from my box from Hungry Root, and it took literally about 5 minutes to do. And the day before, I made a turkey and brie Thanksgiving sandwich for Elliot that took me all of 5 minutes. I won't lie. I made 2 of them for him because he liked the first one so much he asked for another. And it took me 5 minutes. Hungry Root goes beyond your weekly grocery haul with thousands of easy recipes that actually put your groceries to good use before they're forgotten in the back of your fridge. And the best part is that Hungry Root follows a simple standard. It's gotta taste good, be quick to make, and contain whole, trusted ingredients. Spend less time meal planning, shopping, and cooking, and more time enjoying healthy food that you'll actually love with Hungry Root. Right now, Hungry Root is offering This Might Get Weird listeners 40% off your first delivery. Do you hear that? 40% off your first delivery and free veggies for life. Just go to hungryroot.com/TMGW to get 40% off your first delivery and your free veggies. That's hungryroot.com/TMGW. Don't forget to use our link so they know that we sent you.
Y'all, you already know that I am absolutely obsessed with the brand Skims. Their underwear are literally the most comfortable underwear I've ever put on. Plus, I'll get like the high-waisted ones. They're seamless. I feel like I am an 80s centerfold. I'm obsessed. Absolutely obsessed with them. But let me tell you about these bras, okay? Your girl's got some boobies, and she's got to have some support. But what comes with that is normally uncomfortable and constricting. And when I first take it off when I get home, I'm like, oh, geez, but not with Skims. Okay, Skims has created some of the most comfortable underwear and bras imaginable, and they're super flattering, so you're not going to get that little like back ripple that is my absolute 2024 nemesis. Even the underwire bras I'm wearing all day and barely even notice them. It's definitely not the first thing I take off when I come home, okay? Yeah, it's my pants, absolutely. Skims is creating the next generation of underwear and bras for everybody, and okay, let me tell you about this new bra I got. I got the no-show balconette bra in red. That's right. I normally go for black or more of the skin tone that Skims makes, but I went for red, and y'all, it's the sexiest bra I've ever owned. I'm not even kidding. It's like sheer. You don't see anything. Look, you see a little nipple, okay? Not through the shirt, but when you take a selfie and send it to your boyfriend, and then he says, "Where the hell did you get this bra?" I love it, okay? I'm obsessed with their bras, obsessed with their underwear. You need to give it a shot if you haven't. Look, it has a lot of hype surrounding it. And so you'd be like, what? I'm not going to do something because it's so popular. Oh, what a fool you are. It has hype because it is worth the hype. Skims bras are made with innovative technology to give you the best shape and support. Plus, every bra is designed with the comfiest and softest materials, so you're going to feel like you're wearing nothing. They offer a complete system of bra solutions for every need and style. Skims bras are available now in 62 sizes. That's 30A to 46H. So believe the hype. They've got over 100,000 5-star reviews for a reason, and they're now available at skims.com. Plus, get free shipping on orders over $75. So if you haven't yet, be sure to let them know we sent you. After you place your order, select podcast in the survey and select our show. This might get weird in the drop-down menu that follows. You guys, give it a shot. It's going to make your 2024 that much more.
This is everyone everyone's posting their ins and outs.
Okay, I haven't done it yet.
I haven't done it because I don't feel like I've existed in the normal rhythm of life for the last year.
Right.
So I don't know how connected I am to the zeitgeist right now.
I totally get it. Yours is a whole new world.
Yeah.
You're full Ariel right now.
Yeah, I'm in a rebirth right now.
I'm scrolling back, however, and I'm like, what did I say I was going to do more of last year?
Right. This year?
I think I did like a more and less list.
Oh, okay.
Oof.
Oh, wait, you have it. You have your list from, okay.
I just scrolled back to like things I want to do more of in this next year.
Okay.
Yikes.
What is it?
It could be a copy and paste. Okay. Finishing books.
Okay.
I think I did a couple this year.
Yeah, you did. We did. There is documentation of us, which, by the way, there is, not to cut you off, there's another Barflies, Bad at Reading Flies happening. Let's see, 28th, Sunday, January 28th at 2 p.m.
Is it the remarkable thing? What is it?
Yeah, it's, I want to get
the absolutely remarkable thing.
It's like Hank Green's book titles are similar to this. I feel like that. I'm like, I don't want to get this wrong. This was suggested by a patron. Oh, Remarkably Bright Creatures.
Remarkably Bright Creatures, which we currently are not.
Exactly. I'm powering through.
No, but I'm looking through and there's, going to bed earlier. Lol. Nature. Never heard of it. Breakfast dates. Forget it. Going to see plays. Didn't see one.
This is still a good list for this year.
I know.
To roll over.
I saw a couple live comedy things. Oh, live comedy is one.
Nice.
Dancing. No. But I am getting into yoga now.
Okay.
Farmers markets. Okay. Crafts. Old movies. Didn't watch one. Breakfast dates. Not so much. Looking fire at 40. I look fire all the time. But no, I did not meet my goals. My personal goals. So I think this is a good copy and paste. I will say, what wasn't on here is knowing I was going to be writing a cookbook and my best friend was getting cancer.
Right. That's
so
what I mean.
We'll give a little grace for grace.
Yes. There's adaptation.
Don't
there's
you love this
flexibility. Well, also looking through, I don't know what everyone else sees on their algorithm, but so many people I was seeing on Instagram, at least, just being like, this year was awful, tough year.
I thought a lot
this was
too.
A shitty year. Like, it was so much about people just getting through what was not a good year. And I was like, oh, hey, same. Like, good to know that this was maybe an off year for a lot of people.
But I also feel like some people have been saying that since 2020.
Fair.
So maybe it's kind of like, it's almost like 2020 was so rough that things kind of come in fours in life with like, I'm mainly thinking of high school and college, but like maybe we graduated a little bit, even though like COVID's rampant right now, but it's like, maybe we can all be like, hey, we're finally ready to have a little hope.
And there's
during an election year. Jesus Christ.
I mean, and there's a lot going on in the world. I think residual like ripple effects of pandemic like still happen. I think people, at least, for me, it's been wild all over the place, but I do still have like a lot of residual anxiety just like from life being halted and put on this weird pause and thinking that you're going to go back to something, but you're never going back to like whatever life was before. It's ultimately a little different. And I think that is a bit of the hardship too, that people like haven't graduated on realizing like we're not going back.
We're not going back. Yeah, you and I were talking about it because we went and got dinner last week and it was so nice to like go on a double date
and to celebrate.
And it is kind of like when you have been on your own quarantine.
Yeah.
And during all this, I mean, luckily you've been talking to people and you've been sharing the journey and all that jazz, but it's kind of like if someone went through like a COVID lockdown, but the rest of the world was still happening.
Yeah. That's it. You said it best. You were like, you and LA, it's like you guys are in the pandemic again, but it's just the two of you in the pandemic. And that's how it feels. I feel like a little creature like crawling out of the shadows of like a cliff being like, oh, I got to figure out how to like walk through this world again. This is, and it's got to be baby steps. I was just at therapy and I am impatient and I want to like do everything and make up for lost time. And I'm like, that ultimately gets me anxious as well. One of my goals,
oh my God, yeah, I love this talk so much.
I haven't made resolutions because I feel like resolutions, I wrote about this on our Patreon.
I loved that post.
That it's like, they're flimsy to me. Like I don't take them seriously. I never really have. So they just feel a little superficial to me, and I never really follow through. And then it makes me feel bad. And then it's a cycle of like shame.
Well, I think even the wording of it, it's like, you're resolving to do something, which I don't know. Now I'm like, what's the definition of that? But I always like to frame it more in like, these are my goals.
Yeah, that's what.
Not these are the things I'm gonna stop doing. It's like I would like to drink less. Not you're not gonna drink anymore.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
not
those
so
kind of
rigid.
things. Yes, I would like to exercise more. Not get off your ass.
Yeah, that's kind of how I'm thinking. Like Elliot and I were coming up with goals, and also just like general kind of like motivations for this year. And I really like to plan more. Like actually put time into planning travel, to planning grocery shopping, like to planning just like things that need time to maintain.
Okay. Well, here's the thing is during that Patreon post, you talked about like your word for the year is soft.
Soft strength is a really, very, like I have this lunar planner for the year, and they have this astrological overview in the front, and they were saying like the word for the year is soft power, soft strength. And I was like, I love that because I found so much surprising strength in vulnerability this year. I've always had a lot of walls up, and like the way I present myself in my creative work is like comedy first, so it's like not always just like vulnerable. And this year that changed dramatically, and it's been very rewarding. And there's like a sense that being more, I guess, emotional or sensitive or vulnerable isn't a weakness, which I think is what I had in my head before. And instead, I feel like very free. Like there's a lot of liberation in just being like, here's what's going on in my life, honestly. Like,
I mean, you can tell by what you've been putting out there, and it's, obviously connecting. But in that same token, when you're talking about that, mine is mindfulness.
Ooh.
So it's like mindfully how I'm like moving my body, mindful with how much time I'm on social media, mindful with food, mindful. Am I drinking because I'm bored, or am I drinking because or is this a nice fun social thing? I'm mindful about my space, Grace, I had a thought today and I was like, oh my God, I'm Grace Helbig. I might rent a dumpster.
Hey, it's pretty cleansing, literally and metaphorically.
I mean, you know me, I run up and donate things like all the time. Yeah. But it was to the point where like after I had to clean out my fridge, I still have 2 tote bags full of White Claw right beside us out of frame. We're being like, I feel like my whole space is that fridge right now. Yeah. Where I'm like, okay, nothing is wrong with this. Okay, I could use it in 5 years. Yeah. But what the fuck? Like, just donate it.
I'll recommend you a
dumpster guy?
A dumpster, because they go through your dumpster too. It doesn't just all go to trash.
Oh.
Yeah.
I feel so much better about that.
Exactly. So that's why I'm like, oh, this isn't just going in a pile. At least that's what I'm told.
Yeah, totally. But also mindfulness, like mindfulness with money. Yeah. Mindfulness with, like how I will, sorry, this is a very special episode, but how it'll be like, I'll spend thousands of dollars on going out to eat and whatnot, and I'm not going to stop doing that. But then I'll be like, I can't buy a plane ticket to go visit this person. You know what I mean? Where it's like, yes, I can. Yeah. Just be more mindful about like, maybe don't get 4 parking tickets, and that's a plane ride to North Carolina to see family. Yeah.
A lot of like being present too. I feel like we're both similar in that we live in like up in our heads a lot, and just like social awareness, but also just like constantly thinking about like what's next, what do I have to do, what needs to get done, and our systems of organization are a little like chaotic at times, so we're just like constantly trying to figure out. So you're up here instead of like being in your body in the moment, which ultimately would probably keep you from getting those parking tickets because you're looking around and realizing like, oh, I can't park here. Got it. But that's like so much easier to say than to actually do.
It is. But I'm going to just try to be more mindful about, I feel like I've done a lot of kind of clunking around Frankenstein's monster, just like getting through it. Yeah. And instead of being like, what's actually going to make me feel good?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like what is going to make me like, kind of proud of myself today. I mean, I know that sounds so corny, but
no, it's not corny. It's true. It's checking in with yourself.
I'm just like the amount of days that I've like ended and been like, what the fuck did I do today?
Yeah, exactly.
How much was I on Instagram?
Exactly.
Or watched some shit I don't care about, or like when I could have been doing something that felt better for me.
It's numbing for me, at least. It's like, I can't sit with myself in whatever uncomfortable feeling I'm having about whatever it is. So I look externally for like, I'm going to mindlessly scroll, or I'm going to put on reality TV, or I'm going to like do something else that isn't fulfilling but just passes time and feels safe. You know, it just feels like I don't have to think about anything right now. And that's a lot of like what I'm trying to work on this year too, is just like putting in gentle systems of like trying like literally an hour of writing a day just to see what that does. It doesn't have to be perfect. I could maybe sit and not write because I don't know what I'm writing, or I write a couple sentences or whatever it is, but just like consistently, I keep coming back to, I've said this on Patreon, Michael Buckley has this phrase, and for some reason a couple weeks ago, he says it all the time, but it just like ding bell went off that I was like, I connect with this, that he was like, honor your commitments to yourself. And I was like, that's, I think, where I'm falling short, is that I'm not even making these commitments because I'm already thinking I'm not going to do them, and that I'm going to like fall back and it's going to make me ultimately feel bad. So I'm like, why am I not choosing to honor the commitments to myself? Like, what is that resistance? And it's just like old conditioning, old programming that's like keeping like this perfectionist kind of thing that's like, I'm not even going to do that because I don't have a clear, perfect way of doing it right now.
Well, and also I think on that same token, at least for like my brain is, and quit overcommitting yourself. Yeah. Because what I do is I go, there's 9,000 things I want to do. Yeah. I have so many ideas, and I get so caught up in like bouncing that I either don't finish it, or I know it could have been better. Yeah. And it's so funny because like I'm working on this idea with my friend Kiwi, and we were like, okay, I mean, we're still seeing if it's going to be a thing we write or not. You know, like the power isn't in our hands anymore. And I was like, okay. And she goes to me, she goes, okay, but if this happens, you're not allowed to even say another idea to me until it's finished. And I was like, what? She was just like, you have great ideas, but you have so many ideas that like we need to like
prioritize.
Yeah. And I feel like I'm, you know, granted, like we podcast, I write, we have a bunch of the cookbook, like a lot of things are going on, but it's true. It's like right there in that seat piled full of shit beside you. Yeah. I have like 27 pages of a short story that's probably 70% written. Yeah. And it's like, I just need to like check stuff off because I think it'll free up mental space. I need the dumpster for my brain.
I've heard, and I haven't read this book, but Rick Rubin, who wrote this book about the creative act or something, I think.
Well, he's the music producer, right?
Is that what he is?
Yeah, he's a legendary music producer that has like no actual musical experience. Yeah, and I saw him. He was front row at AEW Raw pay-per-view when Chip and I went to wrestling a few months ago. Yeah. We're like, is that Rick Rubin?
He makes the rounds on my Instagram algorithm on all these like mindful podcasts and stuff. Yeah. And I think, maybe I'm misquoting, but his book, The Creative Act, is about committing and finishing one creative act before you move on to another. And that's, I equally have the same problem.
Will I be able to finish that book?
I think it comes from, there was
one of my previous.
I know, this book has been on my reading to-do list for like 2 years. Okay. So this is like a very hilariously bullshitty that I'm even being like, this book is about this concept that's very resonant for me as I haven't read this book.
Let's make it the next Barflies. We'll tag team it.
It's pretty big.
Is it?
It's a big boy.
Okay, maybe it's not right for me at the moment.
But that, I still, years of hustling. Yeah. You kind of condition your brain to you constantly have to think about what's next. You have all these plates spinning, don't drop a plate. So you are not spending time with one particular project and being more precious with it, which is also what I want to do this year, is have like, 2 or 3 main things that I really want to try to work on, but work on in a consistent way that doesn't make me like walk away because it's not immediately clear how to do this right now.
Immediately clear, and to be fair, and I feel like this will resonate with anyone who's listening who's in like a freelance world at all. It's also difficult to go, oh, let me make sure I finish this that I have no prospect currently of ever being paid for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like in the creative set where you got to go like, okay, I was talking to someone about an idea the other day, and I was like, okay, I have this idea, but like I need to write it. So I have done it for myself.
Yeah.
Or all I'm going to do is keep thinking about this idea for like another 4 years, you know? And it's like freeing up that mental space. It's like, it's living in my head rent free. And, you know, and just because like there isn't a place, it's a home for it.
Yeah.
The home should not still just be in my head.
Yeah. Because you have other stuff to think about. You're working on a cookbook right now.
Girl. Broccoli. Move the broccoli. Just full Minority Report.
Okay, who else is frustrated with their wardrobe right now? I cannot be the only one, right? As my lifestyle evolves, I want a wardrobe that matches, and right now I'm a little in between, and maybe you are too. Whether you're going on vacation, looking for maternity wear, or simply just bored with your old clothes, the stylists at Stitch Fix make sure you always have something to wear. Stitch Fix is the best way to shop for new styles and brands. Think of them as your style partner. Your stylist will learn about your tastes and collaborate with you on looks that you'll love without breaking the bank. All you do is you share your preferences, sizes, and budget with Stitch Fix, and they'll send you 5 items in a fix right to your door. With your choices in mind and sizes from extra small to 3XL, they'll find you the perfect fit. You try everything on at home. You keep what you like and you send back the rest. Shipping and returns are always free. They have over 1,000 brands and styles, so no matter what season of life you're in, Stitch Fix has you covered. You simply order a refresh as needed or set it and forget it. With regular fixes, you are in control. Over time, Stitch Fix and their seasoned style experts will match you with greater precision to perfect pieces for you based on your likes and dislikes. It is so easy. I have loved using Stitch Fix in the past. I get very much in my own mental loops about what I should wear, and they have a very wonderful and gentle process of getting stuff that you know you'll like, but pushing your limits a little bit, evolving your style, as it were. Thanks, Stitch Fix. You know, they just get me, and they'll get you too. So try today at stitchfix.com/TMGW, and you'll get 25% off when you keep everything in your fix. That's stitchfix.com/TMGW, stitchfix.com/TMGW.
Guys, it's that time of year, the beginning of the year, where we all decide to analyze what the last year was like and what we'd like to do differently. And if I haven't said it yet on this podcast, one of the things I want to do is be more mindful of my money. And one way to do that is using Rocket Money. Rocket Money is incredible. You know that you are probably signed up for so many apps that you don't use, or maybe you did a free trial just so you could watch the first episode of a show and see if you liked it, and then you forgot that you were going to be charged monthly and you've been paying for it for a whole entire year and a half. If that hasn't happened to you, congrats, because it happened to me, and I only found out that was happening because of Rocket Money. Rocket Money is this personal finance app that finds and also cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower bills. I'm saying if they go, hey, did you know you're paying for these 4 streaming services? And you go, I did not. They will cancel it for you, okay? They'll even try to get you a refund for the last couple months of wasted money and negotiate a lower bill for you by up to 20% if you want to keep it. Hello, it's like you have a wingman, you have a bouncer, you have someone in your corner for all these ridiculous auto charges. All you have to do is take a picture of your bill, and Rocket Money takes care of the rest, okay? I can see all of my subscriptions in one place, and if I see something that I don't want, I can cancel it with a tap. I never have to get on the phone with customer service or wait for those long holds with that terrible music. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has helped save its members an average of $720 a year, with over 500 million in canceled subscriptions. So, y'all, this is the time. You can make one little move and already be saving money if that is something you are looking to do. And if you aren't, congrats, but we could all save a little money, okay? So stop wasting it on things you don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions by going to rocketmoney.com/TMGW. That's rocketmoney.com/TMGW. rocketmoney.com/TMGW. Give it a shot. You have nothing to lose, except more money if you don't give it a shot. Okay, so you're going to be soft strength. I'm going to be mindfulness.
Yeah, this is nice, but it also feels like, just a presence, a consciousness, like a patience with yourself a little bit.
Yeah.
That's at least, I'm trying to learn that in this process.
I feel like we have a fantastic example for you to start the year off in what we talked about a couple weeks ago, asking for what you want. Because I put on my Instagram story, why have I not, of all the people, look, I've seen like a lot of people put up, like sex toy or like vibrators, like all those things, ads. And then I was on my Instagram and Alana Glazer, who is a friend, put it up. And I was like, well, she's the epitome of cool.
Yes, she is.
So like I use her as a benchmark for like, this is not weird or embarrassing to promote, especially since it's things I use. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not like I'm like promoting T-bone steaks. Like these are things I like.
It's authentic to you.
And I stand by. And so I put it on my Instagram story. And sure enough, a friend of ours who we've both worked with before was like, I have an in at one of these.
Friend of ours who we both worked with before put on my Instagram story today. How about talking about that brand deal Mamrie manifested for herself?
Oh, for the podcast?
Yeah.
So I was like, I would absolutely like this. And so I put it on my Instagram story. Grace, I had the contract signed within 24 hours.
Amazing. That's powerful shit.
That's powerful shit.
If we were manifesting gurus, we would be just like floating above this table right now, high on our own supply.
Truly, but here's the thing that I was like, Grace will know more about this than I do.
Uh-oh.
Is it about manifesting or vocalizing and asking for what you want?
You know, I don't know.
Because I didn't go like, I want
shit
this.
about
I was like,
manifesting.
someone gives me this.
I don't know jack shit about manifesting because every time I try to learn about manifesting, I get cringed out about manifesting.
I think it's asking. I saw this clip of Meryl Streep doing an awards show or like acceptance speech, one of her trillion. And I'm not going to get the quote right, but she was like, it's amazing what you can do when you quietly, kindly, authoritatively, like she was just like, say exactly what you want.
Yeah.
You know, towards being, and then that's soft strength.
Yeah.
But being like, oh, I'm going to say exactly what I want. I'm just doing it like, in a nice way.
Exactly. And I mean, that's the thing. It hasn't happened because you didn't ask for it before. And
I
then you
never
asked for
said
it,
where
and
is
then,
my deal.
Right. And then boom, there it is.
Oh God. Now people are being like, and I'm immediately hitting unfollow on Mamrie's Instagram because it's just going to be like, where's the money?
No, that's my trouble constantly with sliding into DMs is that there's a balance between our social media presence being authentically for ourselves and a business that we run.
Yeah.
Right. And because we've been doing it for so long, I am like wowed at people that really run their Instagram like a full-on business, do brand deals, no problem.
It's
just
crazy.
like don't blink twice about the way they integrate things. And I'm like, I could never. That's so people will know because we come from the era that like we couldn't talk about like the brand deals and we tried to slip them in covertly, and then people were like, I'm overtly now going to talk about.
I have to legally put hashtag whatever when before,
and everyone would be like, that person's getting money for that, and they're not saying it. Like it was this thing that was almost like looked down on in some weird way, but also championed at the same time because the industry was growing and booming.
How do I slip in a commercial easily, or the amount of times you and I have been on a panel and been like, listen, this generation can smell bullshit. Yeah, you have to be authentic. When meanwhile, we were just trying to pay our bills and make money with not even saying we're getting fucking paid for this.
Yeah. But now it's just like inherent in the business. I mean, it's this is our business. Like these are our jobs, which I forget because it's also like our lives and our personalities at the same time. It's a struggle I've struggled with for the last, how many other whatever years.
You guys know you get this would be our 4th annual first podcast of the year where we're like, let's have some introspection. Let's talk.
Oh, you mean like in how many we've done, or we've only done 4? How many years has this podcast been going on? Like 5 or 6 years?
No.
7.
No. Like 4 or 5.
Elliot and I have been together for 5 years this month.
Then it's been 5 exactly.
Yeah.
It was 5 this past October.
Yes.
Wow.
I know, right?
So this is our 5th beginning of the year. What are our goals? What are we going to do?
Yeah.
I mean, I think we're going to crush it. You don't have cancer.
I don't have cancer, and I have a great recommendation for something to watch for everyone.
Oh my God, tell me everything.
In the same line of science fair that I talked about a few weeks ago.
Okay.
The Secret Life of Dancing Dogs, which
this has been recommended.
Sent in my DMs so many times. Thank you guys. Everyone was sending clips being like, you and Mamrie need to talk about this.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, okay, we saw this before and we've mentioned it. I watched the series. It has drama.
Really?
There are
like dance moms?
interpersonal beefs. Yeah.
Okay.
I won't ruin, but it's also not that dramatic, which makes it even more interesting.
Yeah.
It's a world. I literally was looking as I got through 4 episodes of 6 in total, and I was on my phone being like, Elliot, should we go to the Crufts International Dog Dancing Competition in as like a bigger package travel to Europe trip this year?
I mean, yes. And then I'll go do my thing and I'll meet you there.
Yeah.
And we'll send middle fingers to the world's ugliest dog competition.
Oh my God. Yeah. This is like, it's attended by thousands of people.
I love it. It's called Crufts.
Crufts.
Oh, that is tough for my crispy R's.
Yeah. But there are like vendettas. There's like this someone that won the year before. They won by a very minimal amount, but there's this one girl named Jennifer who's like,
no spoilers,
she's red dyed hair, like very branded out, like she's got fans and like is she's believes that she's the star of this thing. She took to her TikTok after last year's that's how you know shit got serious.
Yeah.
She took to her TikTok to say that she was like upset with how the judging panned out because she came in second. So now they were following what's going to happen this year.
So there's going to be a second season.
No. That was the beginning of this season
where she was jaded.
Yeah, and so you watch how they all come into this season, and it's just interesting. And it's all these very like there's a type of woman that is attracted to this venture, at least from what I watched in this docuseries. And they love these dogs so much that it's also beautiful and so sweet. And like, again, one of those things where these people are so passionate about this that I'm like infatuated with their passion.
Now, a question.
Yeah.
Is there an array of breeds?
Yes.
Okay.
And there's like a woman that's trying to prove that tiny dogs can be just as good dancers as these other dogs.
She just got herself a fan.
There's not one specific type of breed. So that's also what's interesting. And it's like everyone's like hand making their costumes and stuff. And they're all themed out. And it's just fun and sweet, and it was way more dramatic than I thought it was going to be.
Well, I need the drama. I need some stuff. I'm definitely not that I was watching less TV anyway. Well, we've been crushing old Survivors.
Yeah. So, do you want any thoughts on the last Survivor finale? Someone was asking about that on Instagram.
See, now I've watched like 3 seasons
of
Survivor
I had to remind
since
myself.
the finale. So I'm like, what the hell even happened?
Jake.
Oh, yes.
D1. Sorry, guys. Spoilers. You should have watched by now. Austin, D, and Jake, which I did find out. So I was telling you and Chip when we were out to dinner the other night that Sia, the musician,
is
a super fan of the show. So every season she awards her favorite player $100,000.
Insane.
And she's been awarding, I guess, 2, like the top 3. So the top player that she loves gets $100,000, and then the other 2 get $15,000 each. Top player this season, Katora.
Yes.
And then Caleb and Jake each got $15,000.
Here's the thing. That makes me really like Sia.
Yeah.
I know she's problematic in some ways, but also Katora really.
I loved her,
but she shit the bed.
I know.
She should have broken up the alliance.
I know. Twitter was.
See, I didn't get to experience the Twitter because
it's my favorite part.
Chip was out of town. He still had one more week. So we watched it the night it came out, but he literally started watching it at 1 a.m. because he was on bar rescue. Yeah. He had to be at work at 9 a.m. He started watching it at 1. We FaceTimed each other every time there was a commercial break to fast forward and make sure we were like, and then 3, 2, 1, hit play, hang up on each other. But so he was up to like 4 a.m. I was up to like 1 a.m. But so then I didn't get like the Twitter of it all because I fully didn't look at Twitter for like 2 days, which
smart.
Honestly, I should just delete it. It feels so weird to go like, let me just get rid of something that has a shitload of followers. Not that I use it, but dumpster purge.
Only look up what people say about TV shows I watch. That's the only way I use it now.
I know. I don't want to support that piece of shit. But okay. Oh God. But we've been crushing Survivor. So I need something else because I'm doing damp January.
Okay.
Here's the deal.
Yeah.
Here's the deal.
Is damp an adjective?
I'd say so.
So there's an adjective for every mood of January.
Well, damp. Yeah. It's not dry, but it's moist. It's moist. I was saving the people from me saying moist. But so anyway, because I have too much to do to be slightly hungover for the next month, which I've been for the past month because of holidays and parties and all that jazz.
Yeah.
However, there's a couple things that are like fun that like Chip got us tickets to go see Juvenile. And like, I've loved Juvenile for 25 years. You know, there's that. I have a friend coming. Our friend Matt Mills is coming into town. I haven't seen him in 3 years. I'm gonna want to drink with him. I want to drink the night we like finish my cookbook photography. So I'm calling them my hall passes.
Nice. Okay.
I have like a couple of hall passes.
Okay.
But other than that, I'm gonna be very bored. And I also
just think about how good your body feels.
I know.
And this
mindfulness.
is the mindfulness that I have around not drinking is literally. The mornings are awesome.
Yeah.
And if you focus on like how good it feels to wake up.
Right.
And honestly, you'll get texts from me at like 7:30 in the morning because I wake up and I am productive.
No,
and it's
I
like
know.
I've become a morning person in that sense. So just focus on that. That like that part of the day feels great once you get through your anxiety sleep from that.
Well, here's the thing. Last night, you know, because it was January 1st, I was just up till 2:30 in the morning because my body was like, where's our go-go juice? Where is it? But so I was like watching TikTok with subtitles because Chip is in bed for 4 seconds. He's asleep, you know, so I'm up for another 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
And the thing is too, he's coming off of just playing Warzone. So he goes from literally being like, son of a bitch, it's coming. Oh, I'm dead. Gets in bed. How? But so I got sucked into I'm kind of obsessed with all the like hot girl stuff on TikTok.
What's going on? You have to explain it to me.
Well,
TikTok is
I don't
haven't
know
been on it.
Hot girl is the right word, but you know how like last year there's a thing that was like, oh, I'm on my hot girl walk.
Okay,
where I like get cute and go walk.
Yeah.
Now it'll be like kind of like a hot girl like nighttime routine. Someone who's a Gen Zer right now is listening to this being like, we don't call it that.
This is how we understand it. Okay.
But like there's one of the big things now is at night, like instead of drinking, like having like a very nice fun protein dessert. It'll be
protein dessert
where they're like, I'm gonna get my protein and like, you know, and here's a dessert, but also these like sleepy mocktails.
Smart.
So there's like magnesium, I guess helps you go to sleep.
Magnesium, people are screaming about magnesium.
So now the big thing is magnesium and a little bit of like tart cherry juice.
Oh.
And they're like, sleep like a baby. So I'm going to start.
You haven't tried it yet.
I might be making some TikToks to be like, grandma here, coming to review all your hot girl shit.
You should. And also, what a great sneaky way to get educated and tell me about all of it. Because I literally, now that like, okay, my hair will start growing back and my skin will start evening out again, hopefully, fingers crossed, because like my skin texture like changed through the whole chemo process.
Texturally. I'm like, because your skin is clear as hell.
It goes in waves. Okay. And so like, I need to rediscover a routine now. And I was literally being like, I need to Google, like, what do you do for skin for a lady in her 38th year of life? I have like forgotten how to do, I've forgotten how to put makeup on. I have forgotten how to like dress myself. And I'm like, I'd like to take some care
what do ladies do? Oh my God. No.
So I have to get into that algorithm.
I'm having fun watching it while not doing any of it. So I'm going to try to but also like, you know me, like 80% of the time I'm in a long distance relationship. So when Chip's home, I'm like flipping tables, having fun, like all bets are off, but I need to take care of myself. I went to Whole Foods yesterday to get stuff to make dinner last night. And I was like, oh, I need to re-up. Let's get some gummy vitamins. Let's do this. Yeah. And then I'm looking and Grace, it was like one of those moments in your life where I went, oh, women's multivitamin. Mm-hmm. Women 40 and plus multivitamin. And it was like, my brain cracked. And I was like, oh my God, I'm a new genre of vitamin.
I've entered the new bracket.
Oh my God.
This morning, I bought Elliot and I extra strength melatonin gummies.
Oh, see, I can't do it.
So there's regular melatonin, and now there's extra strength that we're going to try out. And it might, I don't know, not work out.
Okay,
we'll see.
Here's the deal. That's why I need to try this magnesium and cherry and like all the, I need to try the like, don't bring your fucking phone in here and instead bring
Read
a book.
Yeah.
But I need to try it. But melatonin, I have never taken it and not woke up sweating from a nightmare.
Yeah, you texted me. You were like, does melatonin give you crazy dreams?
Yeah.
And I've been just chomping melatonin for years.
Really?
So I was just like, I don't know. Maybe I haven't kept a track record because I was also taking different stuff during chemo to sleep, like Ativan and stuff. So my sleep has been great. And, but also I smoke a lot of weed, which also affects your dreams. Not in a, like it doesn't help you dream.
Okay.
Maybe you should smoke weed. You should actually smoke weed if you're gonna.
That's my resolution is to get more into weed.
Yeah, I'll tell you, it's not bad.
I know.
Really
I have so much anxiety about. I laugh too hard.
Well, try
and
your
then I freak
magnesium
myself
first.
out. Okay, I'll try that first because But melatonin, it's like 1/4 of a bite of bake, and that's for the sniper, and that's for the kidnapping, and that's for the rats. Oh, speaking of, I said to you, we went all the way back to season 1 Survivor.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, I can't watch this. There were so many rats.
Yeah.
I was like, I need them to be on an island and I need us to pretend there are no rats.
Yeah. You forget that they at one point were given like chickens to kill and cook for themselves.
It's crazy. I was just like, I can't go back to rat time. I can't.
Yeah.
I did want to share one gift that Chip got me, which because it's a collaboration.
Okay.
Is that so Dodgers,
the baseball team.
The baseball team. I guess you can get like custom shirts like with your last name on the back.
Yeah.
Like you could anywhere, but that Chip had like a couple friends who tried to do it with like something funny and they won't. Because, it's like a family establishment. So they're not going to be like, we're not going to put 69 and, like motherfucker on the back. And we were talking about like other ones they tried where they're literally like, no, you can't get it. No, we know what you're doing here.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm going to think of one.
Yeah.
And this was just like, I think it was the morning we were doing the fantasy draft.
Yeah.
We were just coming up with them riffing. And then Chip ended up getting the one made that I came up with. Because I was like, you need something that sounds like it could be a baseball player's last name.
Right.
So
what is it?
It's, I am getting me as. Getting me as. Getting me as. Getting me as. If you read it fast, I want you to getting me as.
Why does it sound like Scottish?
But also Spanish.
Yeah.
So I'm number 8, getting me as.
Damn, girl. Damn.
So we were like, we got through. He gave it to me. He was like, you got through, kid. I was like, get me as.
That is so funny.
So stupid. I love it.
Oh, that's so good.
Oh, well, you guys, I am so excited for the year ahead.
Yeah.
So excited for Cancer-Free Grace.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck yes.
Yes. I mean, what an amazing time of year to have such amazing news.
Truly.
Cool.
Thanks for listening to us earnestly ramble.
Yeah, for 5 years now. Thanks, guys. Incredible.
We love it. We'll be back next week with some hijinks, guffaws, and lols.
Yeah.
But I need to watch the Dancing Dog show. But first, I have to take these 2 tiny dogs to go to the vet. And they are about to be pissed.
I know. They have a big day ahead of them.
Anyway, this got weird.
Yep.